That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage.
It's Division I football! Go play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
But, you know, I am going to try, and there will be some people inconvenienced. And if it happens to be their fat little girlfriends, too bad.
Twitter, radio.
Yeah, I'd give a rat's ass about Twitter.
I was about to say, that was pretty.
All right, welcome to the Jake and Bake Show. Dude, what a week it was. That was week 4, right?
Yep.
Week 4 is in the books. We're moving on to week 5. We're getting into the grunt of the season, and it's starting to get wild. Michigan's canceled. Tennessee's been canceled. And
Yeah.
is Notre Dame, like, are they legit this year?
Yeah, that's a good question. They played really well
They
against
played Georgia really well.
Yeah, and I love the Georgia, how they put those LEDs in and they turn the lights
they had
on and
an
off.
insane
That
lights-
was cool.
Was it a ceremony or was it?
I have
what was
no
that?
idea, dude. It was whatever it does. It looked cool on TV.
Yeah.
I wonder how it looked like in real life.
Dude, I was listening to Barstool Radio, and some of the Barstool Breakfast guys went to that, and Glennie Balls was saying that it was awesome.
Yeah,
He said
it
was
looked.
awesome.
It looked.
It looked
cool.
really cool. That would have been a really cool thing to see in person. But yeah, that was different.
That was-
But like actual football, Notre Dame gave Georgia a run for the money. It came down to the last, like I think it was like the
Last drive.
play.
Yeah.
It might have been just the last drive. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Notre Dame had it on 4th down and they missed it, but
Yeah. So this week we tied.
yeah. Well,
Right.
we started out. It was 11-17, and we picked all of our games, and then I went 2-3, and you went 1-4, and so we ended up at the end of the week tied
up.
18-18
Yeah.
because it was that super dog that hurt you, that lost you the point.
Yeah, I lost that point on Hampton screwed me and did not cover the f***ing spread.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, that was a wild shot anyway. I figured 26 points was a lot. It was 26.5, so I mean, I
Yeah.
figured like, that's a lot for just like some scrub teams. Not
yeah,
scrub, but you know what I mean.
yeah. It's dude. Liberty, they still have Buckshot Calvert. Like they're still a decent team
Yeah, oh,
that
yeah, I
they
mean-
played. So
You know who else is, questionably the real deal is, and I've been saying it since last year. I said they were going to be good this year. LSU.
yeah,
Joe Burrow is a gunslinger.
yeah.
And LSU is legit. They are. I actually think they might even beat Bama and be the SEC team that gets into the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's just
that
one, they could be
dude. Those games in the
it's gonna
West,
be crazy.
The-
We're about to get into the crazy weeks. Like we're coming up.
yeah,
We're about 2 weeks away from like craziness.
dude. Like Auburn, Bama, LSU, all those 3 teams all have to play each other. All those games are going to be insane.
Yeah. I mean, I want, obviously, I would rather have LSU. Well, actually, I wouldn't rather have LSU in the playoffs because they're going to be tough as fuck to beat.
Yeah,
But, like, as a sports fan, I would rather have LSU over Bama just because,
yeah,
I mean, let's just be real. I mean, who's really a Bama fan?
yeah,
Who's really a Bama fan?
yeah.
Who else is, I mean, what else is looking, like, really good for everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, Ohio State's looking good, obviously. We all know that. It's a given thing. Ohio State's looking really good. This weekend, they go into Nebraska, and it's game day. They go
Yeah.
into Nebraska. They're only a 17.5 point favorite.
Yeah,
So you could take them as your super dog, but that's game day.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
what,
I
in,
mean,
in your eyes, what do you think? Who's looking good this year? Like so far, what are you thinking?
I mean, that SEC West, just like I said, Auburn, Alabama, LSU, those 3 teams are unbelievable. Georgia, they make a lot of mistakes, but I feel like they're talent wise, they're there. And Clemson's gonna be there just because they have no one else left to really play on their schedule.
They have 0 opponents that are currently 0 future opponents for the rest of the regular season that are in the top 25.
Yeah,
Ohio State has the most, 4, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
yeah. Well,
Currently ranked.
yeah, that's the thing about Clemson. They already
what
got
is
their
this,
big boys
we're going
out.
into week 5.
Week
so
5.
this is week 5 AP.
Yeah, this is week 5.
The AP poll is in its 5th week because obviously preseason.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean 5th week AP preseason or AP poll. Ohio State has like 4 currently ranked in the rest of their schedule, and that's the most. It might be tied for the most, but it's the most.
Yeah.
Bama's only got like 2, I think.
Yeah. Well.
Well, I mean, theirs are tough. They have tough teams to play. They're
Auburn
playing
and LSU.
LSU and all. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's.
I think they get beat by LSU. We'll obviously have to see as the season goes, but
yeah,
I think they'll get beat.
Barring injuries and
But
stuff.
I mean, we're on Ohio State. We might as well do that as our pick because that's game day. So we might as well. Obviously, I mean, I don't want to bet Ohio State, but for the sake of our bet,
yeah,
Ohio State. I mean, of course, I'm taking Ohio State minus 17.5. Of course, I think they're going to win by 24 at least.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I picked Ohio State too, 17.5, just because I'm not really buying into the hype yet. I don't know if Nebraska is really that great with, Martinez plays all right. They're a good football team. And I believe Scott Frost is a good coach. He needs to turn it around. He needs, I don't know if it's a more time thing or what's going on.
I'll tell you what. There will be a turnaround at Nebraska. There will be. But I'll tell you when it will not be. It will not be this weekend.
Yeah.
Their turnaround will not come this weekend.
Yeah. Well, and Ohio State's just looking at like Justin Fields and that offense is rolling.
Real good. And Olave, I think is how you say his last name, wide receiver. He's phenomenal, dude. He's a stud for sure.
Yeah.
He's gonna put up numbers this weekend, I think, too. But yeah, so I mean I'm taking Ohio State. I think you are as well.
Yep. And then we're also similar on USC Washington.
Are we?
Yeah, you took SC.
Yeah.
And I took SC.
Yep.
It was plus 10 against Washington.
21 USC Trojans at Washington. 17 Washington.
It's hard to play at Washington.
Yeah, but all right, so here's the thing. USC just went in unranked to number 10. It was at Utah, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so they went into Utah, number 10, and beat them.
Yeah.
With their backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Their backup quarterback, Fink. He's real deal. He might not be the real deal, but he's
could be a fluke, but he played really well.
A step-in game where you just have a really good step-in game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think this is a week where he knows he has to prove himself. It's against 17 Washington. I actually don't think Washington's good. I think they're actually more overrated than Oregon.
Yeah.
And I think Oregon's way overrated, and we've talked about that.
Well, I mean,
I've talked about that a lot. But
Washington lost to Cal, so
Yeah, exactly. Cal's actually decent,
they're ranked 15th.
Yeah,
they snuck up the boards like crazy.
Snuck up. That's a surprise. I actually did not see Cal even making it. I didn't even know they were going to be good this year.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest dog that has climbed the highest.
But USC is plus 10 against Washington. That I think Fink has to prove himself. I think he goes in there and I think he actually has a big game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be and then I'll actually be circling back around to hating USC and saying that they're overrated because then next week they're going to be ranked like 7th.
Yeah.
They always do that. USC always gets the bump.
Yeah.
It's just like Notre Dame. They always
historical program. They're going to get the benefit.
So like anytime they do slightly good, they get that extra, they get like, oh, you're ranked 17th, but we'll just put you 14th.
Yeah.
Or, shit like that.
Yeah. Talking about overrated teams, I'm taking Notre Dame.
Talking about, I just preached for them, and I'm taking Virginia.
Yeah.
18 Virginia plus 12.5 at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think that Georgia game burnt out Notre Dame.
Yeah. Yeah, they went all out.
I know we just talked about, are they the real deal? That was a trick, all right? They're not. They're not the real deal. They're a joke.
Yeah.
I think Virginia goes in there. I think Virginia at least covers. I don't know if they'll necessarily win. I hope they do. Because then, I mean, what's the point of having Notre Dame in the top 25 if they lose this game? They're legit done.
Yeah, that's
they're not even sniffing the playoffs.
It's the only reason I'm picking Notre Dame is because it's like do or die right now.
Well,
like
it's do or die for the rest of the season for them. Like they have to
win out,
eviscerate all their opponents.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Georgia burnt them out. I think it's going to be a tough week for them. I think Virginia goes in there, covers the spread. I hope Virginia do me a favor.
Here's the thing, too.
And I think Yeah, I mean it's 18 at 10.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't really even know much
here's
about
the thing.
Virginia's team.
Who do you think played harder, Notre Dame or Texas? Because Texas last week
I
against Oklahoma
think-
State, they threw the barn at us. I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's a tough question.
they got so many injuries
Yeah, that was
because
some
they were
bullshit.
just trying. Yeah, that was
That I don't even. I'm questioning all those injuries. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them were like suspiciously timed.
some of them probably were legit, and some of them look sketchy.
Yeah.
Some of them were real sketchy.
Yeah, they were really sketchy. But that's a tough question because I do think Notre Dame played very well.
yeah,
I think Georgia had a lot of mistakes. But you could say the same thing for Oklahoma State.
yeah.
Oklahoma State had a lot of chances. I mean, when you go to the red zone, and how many times did you go? They went 6 times to the red zone or 4 times, and they only had
6.
1 touchdown.
Yeah, I think we attempted 4 field goals. We faked a field goal and went for it on 4th down once. Got stuff.
That is pathetic.
yeah,
And
it's
I'm just
terrible.
Being straight up, that's pathetic, dude.
Well,
So I don't know if it was necessarily that Texas played harder than Notre Dame did, or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
I think it was a combination of Texas played hard. They played harder than their fans probably even think they should have.
yeah. Well, it was
But
just
they
a
also had
revenge game.
mistakes on the other side of the ball that Oklahoma State was committing
Yeah.
that helped Texas, be able to score just enough points to beat you.
Yeah,
guys.
those 2 picks hurt us, but then again,
And that
they
game wasn't even a
fumbled
bad
twice.
loss for you guys. That was a good loss. Not, I mean, a loss is not good. But
Yeah,
when you,
I
when-
understand
when
what you're saying.
Lose, you have to take that loss. Is it a good loss or a bad loss?
Yeah,
That's a good loss. I mean, you guys didn't even drop. You guys were 27th or 28th in the AP.
dude.
Like,
Here's the
going
thing.
Into that game,
Here's
you're still the 27th.
Here's an
right?
insane stat that
Or
if
whatever.
you would have told me before the game started, OSU's going to throw for 0 touchdowns. What do you think the score will be? I'd say, oh, well, we're going to get dubbed by 30.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. We've never been done that.
You score 1 touchdown in a Big 12 game.
No, you don't. You passed for 0. We
Yeah.
passed for 0 touchdowns and lost by 6. And
Yeah.
because we didn't kick field goals. If we would have kicked
And
a
you
field
missed
goal,
2 field goals.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. If we kicked every field goal that we had the opportunity to kick, we probably would have edged that game out. But then again, you can't. Here's the thing. Gundy knows it. We used to make a living on James Washington and Mason Rudolph is 4th and 2 or those short downs. We know we can't run up the middle. So what we would do is we'd hike the ball and throw the fade in the corner of the end zone. And Washington would just moss people. Tylen would have done the same thing. Gundy talks about matchups all the time. He knows the deal. All he had to do is tell Spence, hey, look, hike the ball. Just take, count to 2 Mississippi in your head, throw it in the corner of the end zone. Tylen's going to go up and get it.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I think you guys for some, I don't know what the deal was or what the thinking was, but you guys had missed opportunities that were so common sense shouldn't have been missed.
yeah.
That were like,
It
was
dude,
almost like a what the hell.
we forced the run. I mean, what was it? 37 carries for 121
Yeah.
yards. Chuba. I mean, dude, you can't just force stuff like that and expect to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I mean, while we're on the Oklahoma State topic, I am going to let you know I am once again taking them this week for my lock. They are
Ooh.
-4.5 against Kansas State, ranked 24 Kansas State at home. Oklahoma State's at home. I think you guys played so well last week. You guys have such drive to, you guys should have won that game.
Yeah.
That you guys are going to come home. You're playing another ranked team in Kansas State. You're going to put a whooping down to be like, hey, come on, we're the real deal. We're
Yeah.
legit. We're not just,
Yeah.
we didn't lose that game
what
because
they
we suck. We lost that game because it was a hard-fought game.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some mistakes, but it was a hard-fought game.
It's
between both you guys.
what was said in the post-game press conference of that. One of the reporters said, I've been in a lot of locker rooms on winning and losing ends, and he said, he's like, your team had a really good attitude of one of those of like, we shouldn't have lost that game.
Yeah.
We're going to come back out.
I
So,
seriously think Oklahoma State could go into, and we've talked about this, they could go into Bedlam with 1 loss. It's very plausible.
yeah, it's
I mean,
possible.
obviously, because they only have 1 loss right now, they could just
Yeah.
win out. But I think it's a very highly likely scenario that they go into Bedlam 1 loss.
Yeah, my thing is, I'm
But I am
trying.
taking
I'm
Oklahoma
trying to
State
stay
-4.5
unbiased.
as my lock.
Yeah,
Mark it down.
I'm trying to stay unbiased. I mean, I think it's possible. I have a feeling that that won't happen. I feel like we'll drop a game somewhere. I mean, dude, this game is massive. Like, just a little thing of the past 7 years has been one possession against K-State. We've won 6 of them or something like that, or
Yeah,
5
that is a
of them.
crazy stat, but I just do think that
They
you guys
always play us well. But Bill Snyder's gone. It's first year coach. We don't really know.
But you're also
what's
coming
gonna
off
happen.
a big loss.
Yeah.
In the sense it was a big game.
Yeah.
Like the loss was big
Yeah.
because it was a big game. But you guys are coming off that loss where, like I said, it was hard fought. You guys should have won. You're coming
Yeah.
home, and you're going to put a whooping on a ranked team again.
Yeah. I
Not,
hope so.
not again
I
this
hope,
year, but you know what I'm saying.
I hope.
I hope so too, dude.
'Cause
I really
that's-
do. And
'cause
if you guys win that, you guys obviously going to bump up into the top 25.
Yep.
Presumably either replace K-State in the 24 spot or bump up a little further, maybe even to 20.
Yeah.
Maybe top 20, just because of how they still will have to look at that Texas game and be like, all right, you guys,
Yeah.
you whooped
We
Kansas-
lost by
you whooped
6
Kansas
in
State
Austin.
by 14 or by 10 or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're like, all right, that just happened after a loss where they lost to Texas on the road. By the way, it was
Yeah.
on the road in Austin to a 12. No, what were they? 12. Texas was 12
Yeah.
or 13
12.
to a ranked 12 Texas team on the road, and you only lost by 6.
Yeah.
And you're coming home. I just think you have to.
Yeah.
It's good. They have to look at that and be like, all right, they're legit. You go into top 25.
Yeah, you go
probably top
4-1. Your 1 losses to 12th, on the road.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I mean, here's the thing too: is that if we beat K-State this weekend, our schedule is looking nice throughout the stretch. We don't have a lot of tough games, or if we do have a tough game, we have them at home.
Yeah.
Like we have, like Baylor is one of those teams that could be a trap game, but it's for homecoming, and we usually always play well. That, I mean, the only other game on our schedule that's really tough is Iowa State and Ames.
Yeah, we'll
That
actually
would
get
be
to Iowa State. I think we might even talk about them today.
Yeah.
But what's your lock of this week?
My lock, I'm taking Hawaii +2 against Nevada.
Hawaii. Is that home or in Nevada?
It's in Nevada.
Damn. If it was in Hawaii, Hawaii would probably be favored
Yeah.
because that's just a home field advantage and a half. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
I
have
mean,
much
the
to say
spread-
on that game.
the
What's
spread-
again?
It's 2 points.
2?
Yeah.
That's basically
It's
pick 'em.
basically a pick 'em, and I just thought, well, Hawaii, their offense is doing really well, and I looked at Nevada. They've been up and down, and they just haven't scored a lot of points. So I figure if it's going to be a shootout, Hawaii's going to win, and it's only a 2-point game, so figure.
Yeah, I mean that's basically a pick 'em. Moving on. So we've already covered the Virginia Notre Dame game, USC Washington, Ohio State Nebraska. We did our locks. We're moving on to our dogs. What do you got for your dog? +10 spread. So what is it?
I'm taking Super Dog.
You're taking a super dog this week. All right.
Super Dog.
I really hope your lock doesn't hit then.
Yeah. I'm taking San Jose State at Air Force 19.5 plus 19.5.
Ah, you're taking a military team, eh?
No, I'm picking against.
Whoa, you're picking against them.
Air
But
Force.
you're taking that game.
Yeah, I'm taking that game. I'm taking.
That's actually pretty ironic because I'm taking a military game too.
Yep.
I'm taking Navy over Memphis. It's at Memphis. Navy's +10.5. So it's not. I'm not doing a super dog.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
it's
smart.
doing
I lost my
Nova.
points for the last 2 weeks. I
Yep.
can't be losing any more points because we're tied up right now. What is
Yep.
it? 18-18?
Yep.
I can't be losing any more points. So I really hope your lock doesn't hit, and I hope your super dog doesn't hit either.
Yeah.
Because I'm going 5-0 this weekend. I'm just letting you know I'm going 5-0. Navy
Yeah.
will not disappoint me.
Do you
The
see
Navy disappoints
Hypnotist?
me the Navy disappointed me my whole time in the Navy, and I'm hoping this week they won't disappoint me.
Yeah.
Navy, you're listening, just don't disappoint me.
Yeah. San Jose State, just cover. That's all I need you to do.
Actually, you know what? Actually, I hope they don't, but like it's hard because like Air Force, like come on,
Yeah.
they're probably not gonna win.
Well,
Yeah.
you're a Navy guy, and Air Force is kind of a rival, so you can
but
root
it'd be
against them a
funny to
little
see them
bit.
lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
We'll see what
I have
happens.
to root for them now this weekend, so I'll
Yeah.
root for you, Air Force. Go Air Force. Go Navy. Yeah. So I mean, just to recap, I got Virginia. You got Notre Dame.
Yep.
That's the splitting game of the
Game days. Yeah.
We both have USC +10. We both have Ohio State -17.5. Both those games are actually road teams, so that's actually interesting. I actually took all the road teams for game day picks because Virginia's number 18 on the road at 10 Notre Dame. Dog, I got Navy. You got San Jose State. And for our locks, I got OK State and
You got
and
Hawaii.
you got Hawaii. But just to round out this episode, that Iowa State thing going on is wild.
Yeah.
Like, talk about that.
Yeah, that debacle
Because
is
you
crazy.
read a lot about it. So break it
Yeah.
down for us.
I mean, I just read the initial article and what was going on, and there was a lot of really good stories. Anytime you have game day coming in town, you're gonna have a lot of stories and
Yeah.
stuff. But
Well,
that was
obviously.
yeah, but we're talking about the incident between the bands and the people and stuff on the field,
Yeah.
and supposedly Iowa. I can't remember if it was their president or athletic director or someone in their staff.
Administration,
Yeah, someone in their administration basically said that they don't ever want to play Iowa State again because there's safety and comfort for their players, that someone got sexually assaulted. And I mean, it just went on and on and on. And I thought, oh, this is just another satirical post. It's not real. Like, this has got to be a joke or something, but it is legit.
Yeah.
And I started reading into it, and it was, I mean, dude, like the police chief of Ames has like got involved. He said basically that they're investigating it, which means nothing's gonna happen because it's all hearsay. Basically,
Yeah, and also the team that was complaining, Iowa, their personal police escort that was with them, Iowa, like their team police, they didn't even file a report because they what I was reading was they didn't see anything. Like they were like, yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah, well, I think.
And then Iowa State was like, yeah, you guys do the same thing when we go there.
Yeah. I mean, the harassment thing is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
it's
mean,
a
you're
rivalry.
At a football game.
Yeah, like people
Of
are
course
gonna
people
talk
shit.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna be like, hey, fuck you, or
Yeah,
hey, your team sucks. Like, of course
Yeah.
you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's what makes a rivalry great. Is that
Yeah, I mean, if they get rid of that rivalry, then you might as well just throw both your programs into the dump because you're just ruining it. You're just ruining your own state's rivalry.
I mean, my thing is
That's
right
the
now,
biggest thing that
I
happens
just
in Iowa.
I just don't know how they could prove or what. Like, it's he said, she said. Like, well, I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll have to wait till more facts
we'll have
come
to
out.
see
But if it's just fans yelling at each other, like, "Hey, your team sucks." Hey,
the only thing that
go
I could
home.
see is maybe the assaults, but
yeah, if
even
it's a
then,
sexual assault, that's no
yeah,
good. But if
Yeah.
it's just like talking shit, like a fan,
yeah. Well,
banter,
dude, they went against protocol of that. They told them to exit on, I think it's the east side of the end zone, and they said, no, we'll exit the west. So then they both went together. So both teams went through the same exit, and they were shoulder to shoulder, and that's when all this stuff happened. So if they just would have done what they were told to do, nothing would have happened.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean, I hope they don't cancel that rivalry. It was a great. I thought that game was great, even though
Yeah.
it went to like two delays because of weather. But
yeah.
it's always a good game. I mean, it was a point spread for a reason. It ended up being within a point or something like that because we pushed on that game. I hope they don't get rid of it, but if they do, then you know what? I think they just do it to themselves and they deserve it. If they cancel that rivalry and their program start losing.
Well, think
Losing interest and
Iowa's
stuff.
trying to cancel. They're the one that wins the rivalry. Why are you trying to take a game that you get
you're
credit
winning.
for
Yeah.
that you're winning?
Yeah.
Like, it
I
makes
don't know.
no
I mean,
sense.
it's kind of wild,
Yeah,
But
it's insane.
we got a couple more things to talk about. Two things I want to make clear. Tennessee sucks. I mean, we've known that. We've been knowing it. Tennessee sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see them winning more than 3 games this year.
Dude, honestly, I'm starting to feel bad of talking trash on Tennessee because they're so
I
bad.
am not. I will say I did root for them the other week. I think it might have been this past week against Florida. I was rooting for them, although I don't like them. I was rooting for them because I did want them to get their morals and their excitement and their emotions built up just so that, when they lose to another D2 team or whatever it was, they can just get absolutely crushed. Well, I just would love to see those fans get crushed. That's actually one of my favorite things to do is like see the Tennessee fans just like be so demoralized. And you know who else got demoralized this weekend? Michigan. They are canceled. You can just cancel them as a program until forever.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Michigan, like we said, ran the ball down their throat.
yeah.
Wisconsin.
Dude, you know what I'm sick and tired of? Harbaugh's post-game press conference of, it's my fault. I didn't prepare us well. Well, yeah, no
Dude,
crap.
you've had 5 years, 6
Like,
years
what
to
do you
prepare
mean?
them. Like, when are you going to start preparing them?
Yeah, like I don't understand. What is it?
Never. Because
Yeah.
guess what? Saturday for the Buckeyes.
I mean, I just don't get it. Like, dude, it makes no sense. Like, he went in there and was just totally. I mean, dude, they got slapped around.
They got manhandled. It was like a and you know what didn't do it justice was Michigan ended up like getting a little bit of a rhythm here, and it was really because Wisconsin had a couple guys go down. Jonathan Taylor went out after the first quarter, and then he came back here and there, but it wasn't really, he wasn't fully immersed. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns and like 148 yards in the first quarter on 10 rushes or something. 12
Yeah.
rushes. That's insane. Like,
Yeah.
that's a game for most running backs. He did that in the first quarter. Like, he
Yeah.
tore you guys up in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that was just insane.
Like I said, dude, their rush defense is not
Well,
as good
I also don't
as
think
what they
Wisconsin's
think.
like the real deal. I do think they're a good team. I think they'll probably be in the Big Ten championship against us or something.
Yeah,
But I just don't. I mean, they're not going to do much, per se.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the thing about
We
Wisconsin,
play them in a couple weeks.
yeah,
so we'll
their
find out.
defense, I feel like is legit, and the run game is obviously really good. But I think if you play Wisconsin, you're gonna have to get in a shootout. Like you're gonna have to throw the ball downfield and
Unless you
score a
can
lot
stop
of
them,
points.
but Michigan can't.
Yeah,
Hopefully, Ohio State can stop that run game a little bit. Because I mean, you got to think back when, was it Melvin Gordon or who was there a couple years ago when we had Zeke and we shut them out. They were supposed to score a bunch of points on us, and we shut them out 57-0
yeah,
in the
yeah,
Big Ten championship game.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, like, it's not like just. I mean, yeah, they've been a powerhouse run team before.
Well, see, that's
and
what I'm
gotten
saying.
stopped.
What
But
happens-
Michigan couldn't do it. We
Yeah.
could at the time.
Well, what
Can you do it
happens,
again?
dude, is that their offense is so predicated on the run that if you go down and score, I mean, dude, the worst matchup would be like a Big 12 team that throws the ball downfield. Because the thing is, you go down 7, you run the ball, you get stopped, you go down 14, run the ball, get stopped, go down
Yeah.
21,
That's-
and then now you can't run. Now
That's
you
where I
have
think
to
Ohio
start.
State will be able to open the game up because
Yeah.
we can pass it, we can run it,
Yeah.
and we can also get stops.
Yeah. You have to force them into a situation where they're
And our
not
secondary is
comfortable.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like our secondary is actually pretty good.
Well, I mean, dude, here's the thing: you have to force them into the passing game. If you
Yeah.
don't do that, then
I think
you're gonna be in for a long
Ohio State.
ride.
I think we'll beat them. Obviously, I think it'll be a good game. It'll be a good test for us, but in the end, I think we'll prevail.
yeah,
Really, the last thing we got to talk about was probably the biggest game this weekend that Dum Dum here ended up went to sleep for, like during.
oh yeah,
That UCLA versus Washington State, that was in the bag, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to bed. I mean,
42-17.
it's like midnight. I'm going
Yeah.
to bed. That's way past my bedtime. I'm
Yep.
going to bed. So I went to sleep, wake up, and it's like, I missed the freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah,
One of the greatest comebacks ever. 32 points down 32 in the third quarter, and they came back and won like 64-63 or something like that.
yeah,
That's insane. Dude, Gordon, the quarterback for Washington State, had 9 passing touchdowns in
Yeah.
regulation.
yeah,
In regulation, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane. They had zero rushing TDs. They were all passing.
yeah,
The receiver, Winston from Washington State, had 10 receptions, 114 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
yeah. That's
He had
insane.
almost half the touchdowns
mean,
he threw.
That's a conversation I had the other day about that. Is
But the fact that UCLA was able to come back, they've sucked this year.
yeah, I don't know how they
what
did it.
Mike
They-
Leach dropped the ball on that. I don't know who
Yeah.
dropped the ball, but there was a lot of, and I know there was mistakes. There was a couple fumbles. There was one, I think, a fumble or an interception that was returned for a touchdown.
They
things-
fumbled
there was
back
things-
to back.
Yeah, there was
They
things like
took
that. They
punts
fumbled
to the
They
house.
fumbled with like a minute left.
Like
Things like that just screwed them over.
everything that could go right for UCLA.
But dude, you throw
all
9
came together.
touchdowns and lose.
Yeah, that's a
that's
conversation I
just
had
insane.
yesterday. Is somebody was like, "Dude, can you imagine that?" And I said, "Oh yeah." That's like, dude, Patrick Mahomes would do insane stuff every week,
Yeah.
and his team would lose all the time. Like, bro, he threw for over 830 yards against OU. Like he
But
had,
that game was a little. They both had great numbers.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem is his defense.
Yeah.
If Texas Tech, dude, if Tech got one stop, they would have beat OU. One stop. That was all they needed. That's what happened every week with Tech was cannot Tech even play even decent? It's can they get one lucky stop?
Yeah.
Like, can they just randomly get one
couldn't.
fumble? And they never
they
did.
couldn't.
And they went
Yeah.
6-6.
I
But
mean, it was
Mahomes
just
put up
that was
insane
that was
numbers.
probably the craziest game this weekend. Obviously, when you have a 32-point comeback, that's just going to be the craziest game.
Yeah, I mean,
32-point
that's.
comeback basically in the fourth quarter. It was halfway through the third.
I think 32 is the second highest.
It was like the second or third highest comeback ever.
Well, I know I've watched 2 comebacks from 35, which is strange because it was Mike Leach at Texas Tech came back against Minnesota in the bowl game by 35-1, and then TCU in
The higher
Alamo
powers
Bowl.
wanted to even out Mike Leach
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he came back before, and they're like, if we're going to do it, now's the time.
He's tied for the greatest comeback of all time,
And of course it had to be against
lost
Chip
one of
Kelly.
the greatest comebacks. Yeah,
Of course, because now it gives them validity at UCLA to be like, yeah, like we are making something here.
nah, there's no way, dude. It's
No,
one game.
I actually don't think that either. And you know what? We might as well end on that note. I think we got a great weekend of college football this weekend. And I think after this weekend is like when we're always going to have good games each week.
Yeah.
We'll always have good games. We have good games this weekend. I got Virginia. You got Notre Dame. After that, we both got USC, Ohio State. I got Navy as my dog and OK State as my lock. Go through your picks real quick.
Got
your dog and your
I
lock.
got Hawaii as my lock and San Jose State as my super dog.
All right, sounds good. Let us know in the comments below what your teams are, how your teams are doing, what your thoughts are on the season. Let us know, and we'll talk about it on the show, see what other people think, give us some hot takes. If you're a Tennessee fan, just don't worry about commenting, or just let us know how sad you are. And see ya. We'll see you next time.